Hi everyone. Good morning. How are you doing? If you're here, you can say hi in the chat. I'm going to be working on Vue.js again today and then building a backend with Django for this application next week. So what I wanted to work on, and something I've been really into lately, is spaced repetition learning. I actually have a video coming out on my YouTube channel that's almost ready. It's on spaced repetition learning, so that video will kind of go along with this live stream. So if you don't know what spaced repetition learning is, it's basically an algorithm to more effectively study flashcards, basically, and usually digital flashcards. And as you get things right more often, it shows you the things that you're getting right less often, and the cards that you're struggling with, it keeps showing you those every day until you get them right, basically. Yeah, so it helps you learn concepts more effectively than just using straight up flashcards, and it manages them for you. So yeah, I wanted to build an application doing that today. And basically, if you look at the Wikipedia page, it shows different systems. I guess there are a few variations of spaced repetition learning, but the one I'm going to use is just a simple put them at different levels, and that will denote how often you study that card. Like the first bucket could be a day, the second bucket could be 3 days, 1 week, I don't know, maybe like 16 days and then 30 days or something like that. Okay, so I'm going to be using Prime Vue again because, for one, it works with Vue 3, and I figured out how to use it already in previous live streams, so I'm kind of comfortable with it. So we'll go with this library. It's pretty much the only big library that fully works with Vue 3. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start this Vue application. By the way, I have JSON data. So for these cards, spaced repetition, just for the flashcards. Oh, yeah, I didn't put any dummy data, but question, answer, level, next review date, last review, created at, updated at, those are all the keys that I want in an object. It's just not structured in my comment on Twitch, so you can't see it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do Vue create, and then let's see, spaced rep app, and okay, there's a new version. I guess I'm 2 patches behind. That's okay. All right, so demos, I'll do manually select features. All right, so progressive web app, router, Vuex, CSS preprocessors. We'll go ahead and throw in unit testing for good measure. Oh, no. Okay, Vue 3. Use history mode for router. Yeah, sure. Sass, that's fine. ESLint with... Now, Create React App uses Node Sass. So I don't know why they use Node Sass, if there's a reason, maybe. Because the top one for Sass, I thought it was always Dart Sass, but maybe someone else knows the answer to that. Okay, ESLint with error prevention only. I'll do standard config, that's fine. Lint on save, yep. Okay, let's go with just. Cypress, now I don't know anything about WebDriver IO, that recently popped up in the options here. I'll do Nightwatch, I'm just used to that. Chrome and Firefox, that's fine. Dedicated config files. Save for future projects, yes. Because I'm going to save it as Vue 3 demos. Okay, so that's going to take a minute to install everything. Alright. And I did create a GitHub repo that I'll be pushing to during the stream. There's nothing there yet, but there will be probably every hour or however long I stream for. I'll probably push a few times as I go. So this will take a minute. So how's everybody doing? I've been streaming less often because my work schedule is changing right now. I'm going to be working more hours, but I still want to eventually, once my schedule settles down so I can have a regular routine, I would like to stream still twice a week. That would be perfect for me. Can I stop the background music? I can't even hear the background music. I forgot about it. Is it too loud? There, I turned it down. I turned it down pretty far. I don't even know if you can still hear it. Yeah, no problem. I guess I picked a lot of options, so it's installing a lot of things. My computer's running hot now because I'm streaming and doing this at the same time. Alright, sweet. So let's CD into Spaced Repetition Learning app, and I'm going to open this in VS Code. Get out of there. Alright. And now I can do npm run serve. And actually first, before I even run this, I'm going to install Prime Vue and go ahead and get that started. Hi Kleber, good morning. Brazil, I think you're 1 hour different, or I guess it's a big country. You probably have 2 or 3 time zones there. But actually the girl who helps me for my social media, she lives in Brazil, and she's 1 hour different from me, from the East Coast US. Okay, so install Prime Vue. Then I'm going to install Prime Icons, 11 a.m. Okay, so you're 2 hours. It's 9:19 a.m. here. Alright. I used to do my live stream starting at 10, but then I would get so hungry at the end. It wasn't as convenient, so I'm going to try 9 a.m. and see how that works. Alright, module loader. Okay, and this is just registering the components that I want to use. And I can do each of these individually, that's fine. And, oops. There is a style, oh yeah, the styles. I thought it had, okay, so these are the 3 style things that I need. If I want a theme or something. But I thought, guide, no. I thought it had something I could just copy paste from. Wasn't there like a list of styles that I could copy paste from? You can load you may import them in your main application component. Okay, well that's fine. Alright, clear npm run serve, and I'll just import the styles here. Oh yeah, there's one. Okay, I can import the styles, but I'm also going to have to import their other CSS library separately. Because I think their grid system is separate from the rest. Okay, let me go into main.js. Wow. Okay. And gonna import here. Alright, import styles, and then import this one, and then import, import the icons. Okay, so I think that's good. And then let me see, no errors. Okay, so I should be able to grid system. They have some kind of, oh yeah, Prime Flex is a separate library, and this is where they do the grid system, elevation, a lot of their design and layout features. Okay, so I need to install Prime Flex and then import the Prime Flex CSS, basically. So let me install that. So it's basically 3 separate packages with Prime Vue. I have to install Prime Vue itself, and then their icon library, and then Prime Flex for design and layouts. Because I think that these CSS libraries here are just for CSS related to the components that I'm going to import. So, oops, let me go ahead and import this. Alright, and I think that's good. I'm not going to worry about importing them individually. I tried that last time, there were some issues. And I think there was also a typo here. I wonder if they fixed that. No, they didn't fix their typo yet in their docs. Oh well. Okay, so this should run. Let me try running the server again. npm run serve. And sweet. Alright, localhost 8080. And there is the app. Alright, so now I just to get started, I just want a page where I can add new cards to the deck. And I think the best part of this app will be making the algorithm where you can say how long you want to wait to review a card again. But for right now, I'm just going to, I'm just going to make a home page with where you can, I guess I'm just going to worry about cards. I won't worry about separate decks right now. So that'll make it easier and faster. So I'm just going to have like one set of cards, and then I'll worry about making the algorithm to go through those cards. Alright, so let me see. I have app. Okay, so that's to the router. So I'll just use the home page here then. Okay. Let's get rid of Hello World. And there. Okay, get rid of that. And here I'm gonna just jump into creating a button, add new card. I guess create new card. No, maybe add, because you're adding it to a deck. Okay, so add new card, and hi Angry Ginger, how are you? Sorry, I can't remember which state is Buckeye State. Let's see. Home components. Okay, so add new card. So I'm going to make a function for this button. Let's see. Methods and create card. Alright, so I could do this 2 ways. I could have a modal pop up where you get to fill in the information for a new card, or I could take them to a new page. I guess there's a third way. I could make a dialog box open up on the current page, or make a form open up. So maybe I should just put the form there in the first place. Yeah, let me create a form here. And I'll just put it all on one page and then figure out how to separate this later. So here I can put input. Oh, Ohio, okay. I should have known that. Spent quite a bit of time in Ohio. No, this isn't Vue with TypeScript. Okay, so Prime Vue, so I'm going to use their input components. So they have input group, input text. Okay, so looks like I'll just use it regular input text. So I think I can just import this in the components where I want it. Or I could register it globally. I think I'll just import it where I need it for right now. So input text, and then I can register this. So input text, it's registered but not used. So let me use it. Input text, and then input text. All right. I am planning to do a Vue with TypeScript stream, but next week I'm gonna do a big Django stream, so it's probably going to be maybe in like 3 weeks or something. All right, so what else? Float label. Floating label is implemented by wrapping the input and the label inside a container, having a p-float label style class. There's no example here, so I don't know exactly what they're talking about. But okay, let me see how this looks right now. Okay, so it's lightly styled inputs and then a button. Actually, they have buttons here, so let me just grab a button real quick. Panel, overlay, file, menu. Where is the button? Button. Okay, radio button, select button. Here they are. Buttons. Okay. By the way, this is Brave. I've started using it. Probably more than I use Firefox now. So, because of the Vue Dev Tools and a few other things in Brave. So, yeah, some of the plugins for other things I use are also better in Brave. So, I've been slowly switching over to it. Might become my primary browser, or I might continue to use it side by side with Firefox, because I really like them both. Okay, so here are all the button examples. That's fine. Import button from Prime Vue. Django's big. I tried to use it a few years ago. Oof. Yeah, so actually that's funny because I did the same thing, and I started using Flask too because it was just too much in Django. And then I realized, I don't know, like this past year or so, that I was just so tired of setting everything up every single time in Flask. Okay, so I put label here. Okay, and then I can put icons if I want. Okay, so I think I pass in this text as a label. Yeah, so, because at first I was like, why would anyone use Django? You know, it's too big, it's too hefty. And then, I don't know, over the years, maybe I just got tired and I came back to Django and it was like, wow, this is awesome. It does everything for me. Label. Like, just having the ORM and the migration set up is like so useful. It's so awesome. That takes forever to get it set up correctly if you're doing it by hand. Hi Dev Oleski, it's good to see you. How are you? Okay, so I have a button there. Let me see how that looks. Alright, I have two inputs and a button, and they should be on top of each other, but I'm not using grids yet, so I think I need to use their grid system. Let me zoom in here. That's better. Okay, so in Prime Flex, set up display form layout. Form layout is a CSS utility for creating forms with ease. Oh, cool. I haven't used this before. Okay, so P field, vertical layout. In simple form, a vertical layout is created within, I don't know why they have a separate form layout than just grid system or flexbox. This seems weird to me. Alright, let me try it. Label, input text. Okay, so let me go here. And I guess I could, no, when I save they don't. It does it for other files, but not for Vue for some reason right now. Okay. Alright, so I guess that's kind of what I want. Is this, oh, and then I guess you wrap the form inside of some kind of grid system. Okay. So P grid, and then I can do P columns inside. P column 4. There should be a column offset here. Yeah. P column 6 offset 3. So let me grab this, and then this is all a big mess, so I have to fix all of this. Okay, so I think on the form here I can, oh, okay, so the form, I think the form needs to have the pgrid class on it. So you get rid of this and do class equals pgrid. Get rid of this. Okay, and then, actually, I think the form needs to have these. Oh yeah, and then pgrid needs to go here. I think that's the correct way. Wait. Undo. Okay. So pgrid. Okay. So that's better. Let me take a look at that. Okay, so the form is properly placed in the middle, and then this is off to the side now, because it's after. So I think what I would need to do is put pfluid on those, and then I need to give this a class of pfield, if that makes sense. Okay, I think this will work. Oh yeah, I need one more class of pfield. Alright, sweet, that's exactly what I want. Now I need a label in here, so it does show, like here it shows the labels. Where is it? Yeah, so there's a p field that wraps the label, and it also wraps a div with this. Oh, but that's horizontal. So if I want just a simple vertical layout, it's just some kind of container that wraps a label with the input text. So I think I'm going to do that. So here I'll just put a div with the class of p field, and then close the div here, and then wait, okay, yeah, and then copy that and close the div there. Okay, and the button's fine by itself. And now do a label on these ones, and then I need to create an ID too. So okay, so this one will be, actually I didn't even choose what these inputs will be for. So I posted earlier, I need a question, answer, level, yeah. Everything else will be done under the hood. So here, I think I just need a question, and then, so it will be an ID of question. So this will be answer, so you can type in the question and answer for the cards that you want to create. So this will be answer, and then I need to create IDs here. So ID equals answer, and then ID equals question. Okay, and cool, so I have a question and I have an answer. It's kind of annoying to have centered text, but oh well, I'll just leave it for right now. I do want some kind of border around this whole container, kind of like an offset. I think I can just use a card for that. So here we go, panels, simple card, that's all I want. So import card, and I'll put that here. I can register it, and then I just wrap it as a container. So let me put it first, card, and then I guess instead of this, right, I can use it instead of the div. Let's see. Okay, there's the card, but it didn't like that. So maybe I can't pass in classes like this to it. You said I put an ID on the label? Oh yeah, you're right, I did. Thank you. So undo, okay. Oh, what am I doing? It goes here. Okay. Thank you. P home grid form. Alright, so that looks okay. It's not showing up in the card, so I think, oops, redo that. So I think what I'm gonna do is change this back to a div, and then, I don't know though, because I want to just wrap this in a card component. So maybe invalid tag. The card component has been registered. I know that. Okay. Template slot header, template slot content. Oh, because I have to pass it into the slots in the card. It doesn't seem like there's a default slot. Alright, that's fine. So I'll just use this then to pass everything into content for right now. And then I'll make a header in a second. So let me go back, put this in here, and put everything inside the template slot. Oh, come on. Really? Hang on one second, everyone. go. Alright, one more. There we go. Alright, hi Mark. I'm working on building a spaced repetition learning app in Vue 3. So I'm using Vue 3 with Prime Vue, and I'm going to be putting it in this repo, but I haven't done it yet. Yeah, I really like spaced repetition learning a lot, so I've been wanting to build some kind of interface for it for years now. So I figure I'll just try it now. Alright, template slot, but now I need, yeah. Oh, okay. So I probably want, now that I think about it, I want these classes outside of the card. So I'm gonna have to do the grid outside, so I do need a div after all. So let me make a wrapper div and then give it the class p grid. And actually I'll just go ahead and put the home class on here, because then here I probably want to put all of this stuff in here. Yeah, that's better. This is exactly what I want. And then let me pass in a header too. So let me do a header slot and do close template, and I'll just pass in, I don't know, create card or something for the header. Create card. Okay, so I'd have to give it some kind of tag to denote it's a header. Okay, I think that looks okay. That's fine. How it is. Alright, I'm happy with this. Now I just have to hook up this card. And so I want to keep an array of these cards, and I'm going to keep them in Vuex. So I'll go ahead and set up my store. Oh yeah, it's already set up because Vue CLI is awesome. So I'm gonna just put cards, because I don't have a concept of decks now. I just have cards by themselves, so I can do decks later. But to add a new card, I need to, let's see, should I do action then mutation? I don't really have async calls right now, but I will when I hook this up to an API, so might as well do this now. Let's see, create card. This will be a function, and what will it do? We'll create a new card. So this will have to dispatch an action, which is add card, and I have to pass in some kind of card. So actually the only thing that will happen, since I'm not making an API call here, will be I'm gonna get the context. So I need to get dispatch from Vue, and then I can pass in whatever payload, which will only be the card right now. And then for mutations, I need to add this add card mutation. Add card, and then what do I want to do here? Oh yeah, I'm gonna get the state. So state.cards.push, and then what do I want to push? Card. Okay, so this will also be, I'll get state, and then what's the second one? I'll get card, because I'm passing in card. So I get state from Vue, and then I can mutate state in the mutation, and this will push new cards onto the cards. I know that we can't use Vuetify with Vue 3 yet, but I prefer the look of Vuetify components over Prime Vue's ones. Yeah, Prime Vue looks a bit more basic than Vuetify, Also, Vuetify is a pretty standard implementation of, what is it called? Material design. Okay, so here's the card. I can enter information for a card. So now I need to call this action, and it should work. I do have the Vue 3 beta dev tools here. So unfortunately, I can't inspect Vuex, but I can inspect it by inspecting components, so I can indirectly do it. Vue Tailwind. I might try it again. I tried Tailwind and it was a learning curve. Jared, he tunes into the streams. He created an app that is, what is it called? It's Red Perfume, that's supposed to compile CSS Tailwind or Tailwind style, because Tailwind uses atomic CSS, right? So anyway, he did something for that. Actually, I should pull it up since I'm mentioning it. Red Perfume. Fragrances. Perfume dev. Okay, this is what I want. He doesn't even have it pinned. Here it is. I guess they made an organization for it. It's kind of cool. Anyway, if you want to check it out, you can see what he's doing with CSS there. He's like a CSS wizard, much better than me. Oh, there's 2 repos here. Cool. Okay, so what am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm creating a new card. So let me go into home here. And now from create card, I need to dispatch in... Wait, I thought it was dispatch in action. So maybe I'm getting my... And commit... No, it's commit in action, right? And dispatch a mutation? Or is it dispatch in action and commit a mutation? Anyway, it'll give me an error in a second if I got it wrong. So I'm going to map actions here. So import, so I can get my Vuex actions, map actions from Vuex, and then, oh yeah, and then I need to actually map the actions. So let me map actions, and just off my root state. So what's the action I want to map? Oh yeah, create card. Create card, and then, oh, I can call it here. Oh no, that's gonna be very confusing. Wait, this one, I have to call this append or something, because that's what it's doing when it pushes, because that's too confusing. I have too many different add card, create card stuff here. So append card. Oh, thanks. Commit a mutation, dispatch an action. You mutate state and actions? I've never done that. Wow, okay. I know they're going to combine actions and mutations, but they haven't done that yet, so I don't know if that's kosher right now. Okay, create card, which, I don't know. Let me call it submit new card form. I don't know. Naming is always hard. Okay, so on the submit here, let me do an event. Hi, Ethan. Thanks for the follow. Let me do an @submit event for this form. I'll prevent default and then call that submit new card form function. And then from in here, I need to call this .create card, but I have to pass in the card as a payload to that function. So I'm gonna create a payload here. That'll be easier. So const payload equals, oh, I don't even have data. I'm not V modeling these inputs anywhere. Let me clean this up real quick. So okay, V model, and this will be question, and then this will be V model answer. Okay, so before methods, let me put a data function here and return an object, and now I can just put question and answer in here. Okay. Thoughts on Next? I love Next. It's full of good ideas. And even if you're not using server-side rendering, just the amount of boilerplate for Vue applications that it eliminates, I think it's really good. I think I'm definitely more comfortable building Vue applications without Nuxt, but I've used Nuxt a couple times, and yeah, I think it's well designed. It works awesome. So I'm definitely, once they upgrade to Vue 3 and everything else goes over to Vue 3, I definitely want to be using Nuxt again. Okay, so now in the payload, I'll just do question, this dot question, and answer is this dot answer. Okay, and then I need to pass in the payload here. Okay, wow, it's been almost an hour already. Okay, so this dot create card, that one comes from Vuex. So I think this is going to work already. But I do want to map all the cards to this component so I can see, because right now with the beta Vue 3 DevTools, I can't see the Vuex store in the DevTools yet. So I'm going to map the state to the component as well, just so I can see it. So map state. So not in data. Let me put computed down here, and map state. Wait, state, and then I'll just map cards. And then I don't have to do anything else because I should be able to just see the state in the DevTools now. Okay. So, yeah, I could console.log, but it's just easier to look inside the component here. So I have the Vuex bindings with cards, and what is Python, programming language, ... Okay, so I'm going to add a new card. It didn't do anything. Oh yeah, it did. Well, data updated anyway. Let's see, is there a refresh? It doesn't appear to be a refresh here. Pascal case, what is this? Okay, so something happened. I think I have dispatch mixed up. Let's see. What was it? I thought we talked about this. Oh yeah, commit a mutation dispatch. Yeah, so this is commit. Thought I had that backwards. So I need to import commit here. That's why it's not doing the right thing. Okay. Oh, is it autofilling? I have to turn that off in this browser. But it's convenient right now. Okay, so why isn't it properly updating? Yeah, so I'm gonna have to actually console.log here. So let me go to actions, and first let me console.log the action. Okay, so it is getting the card there. Payload, parent, context. Attributes, data. So I should be able to pass in the payload here and get things off of the payload. I've never had to do anything else for actions before. So unless this changed when they updated, when they came out with the new version of Vuex, I should be able to pass in a payload and then, yeah, call this and then get the card, commit. Let me see what it is in mutations. So let me do console.log. Also, oh wait, this isn't the right thing. Okay, so it's not even getting there, it seems. I think that log was from somewhere else, maybe? Okay, so yeah, I don't know where the log was from, but I'm just trying to think. So if I'm calling this.createCard, I'm mapping actions here, so that should be correct. Importing map actions, so it should be correctly calling Vuex. This is already set up. I have actions, created the action here, but I don't think it's ever getting called, and let's see. Yeah, I think that stopped with Vue 3 though, right? That now if you push onto an array, actually this isn't even nested, so Vue should know that I updated it here anyway. But in Vue 3, wait, what was I saying? In Vue 3, I can just push and it does watch even in nested arrays now. That it used to be the case in Vue 2 where it didn't know if you were updating, but this still worked. I mean, if you did nested arrays, I think you'd have to splice or do something else, but I think this works fine for root level array pushing anyway. Man, I don't know why it won't even, this is weird, it won't even call the regular thing here. What am I talking about, thing? It won't even call the regular action here. So let's try to figure out this bug. So, so where should we start? So it's definitely calling this function. Or actually, I never tested that. So let me, yeah, actually, so I didn't think about this, but I'm doing a submit on the form here, which is wrapping this button, but now that I think about it, the button might not be of type submit. So I really don't know, because default buttons are always of type submit, but maybe this is just a theory that I have. Maybe under the hood they're using type button. Probably not the case, but I can't think of anything else. Events are defined with standard notation. Type button. I don't know. I could try type submit on the button, but that should be the default. I don't know why anyone would change it. Or I can just do type button and then have an on click on the button. Oh. Hi Hawk, how are you? I started with React and Next. And JSX is complicated. Yes, Vue is a lot simpler than React. I come by every now and then, but was not interested in Vue. Now I'm reconsidering. So, actually, recently I've been working in React again, just for a client, and I realized, like, wow, it's so hard to set up an application in React, because I have to make all of these decisions and set up all these things myself. And then if I want to change anything outside of Create React App, I have to eject out of it. So it's like, React, just copy Vue. It's so much simpler with Vue to set up the application, to manage your application. Yeah. Hi Seeker, how are you? I've been streaming for a little over an hour now. I set up a couple things. Alright, so... Oh yeah, so I'm trying to... Yeah, that worked! Sweet! Yay, that worked. I had to put type submit on the button. Oh, I don't even know why I thought of that. I just looked at the button and then just randomly thought, oh, maybe I could add type submit. It was because I took a break and a couple sips of coffee. I think that helped. Okay. Vue is close to Angular. I don't know if that's true, because I used to use Angular. I don't feel like I'm using Angular, really. Angular definitely has a good CLI too, but when you create a new component, it creates everything for you. Vue is a little bit more manual than Angular, because you're not using the CLI to create every single component and things like that. It's not quite so opinionated. Let's see. Oh yeah, so I'm happy I got this. Alright, so now I do need to clear the form fields after I submit. So let me do, wait, this dot answer, and I'll clear those. And now I can just keep adding questions. What is JavaScript? Another language. Add card. Cool. And now in Vuex I can see I have my cards here. Alright. Sweet. So now I need to show these cards on the screen. So I don't know, where should I show them? I think I'll just make a different page, because this is already taking up a big chunk of the page and I don't know what else to do with it. So I'm gonna create just a cards page. I'll just rename this one actually. So I'll call it cards. And now I've just broke everything, so I need to come in here and do cards, 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 and I'm going to use the @ symbol here. I don't see any reason to use anything else. Okay, so that should be good. Get rid of this. And is there anything else I have to do? Oh yeah, in the navigation, I'll change this to cards and cards. Okay, cool. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, cool. So it's going to a cards page, which still says it's an about page. So yeah, so I guess I'll just put a title at the top. Alright, so now I need to, I guess I'm just going to display one card here at a time. And then I'm going to go ahead and make the interface where you can choose if you got it right or wrong or something like that. So what I want to do, let me go into Vuex real quick. So basically, if there's going to be different buckets, if that makes sense. So bucket 1, bucket 2, bucket 3, bucket 4, and bucket 5. And this is based off of an implementation of spaced repetition learning, where basically if you get a card right, it moves up into the next bucket and you're shown the card less frequently, and if you get the card wrong, it moves down into a lower bucket. So that's basically what I'm trying to do here. So I'm wondering, how in data do I need to represent this? Because, well, now I can put my, before the stream, I quickly made an object of what I thought the data might look like. So for each card, I kind of want it in this format: question, answer, and then level, next review date, last review date, created at, and updated at. And I'll just do timestamps for these, because anyway, when I show them, I can make it look like whatever I want. Add an identifier to bucket. Oh yeah, I did do level, so maybe I'll rename that as bucket. Maybe that's better. Question. So there's question, answer, and then you can do more complicated cards like fill in the blank. You can have attachments, files, stuff like that, but I don't want to get that complicated right now. Okay, so buckets can be from 1 to 5, and cards will be in this format. I don't even know if I should call them cards. So many things in a front-end application are called cards, but I guess they are kind of flashcards, so it's not a lot of other options. Okay, so are you going to persist this data? Yeah, for right now, and then I want to build a Django REST framework backend for this. Okay, so on the cards page, it should be the study page or something. I don't know. I'll just leave it. And then I just want one card here. So let me add that. So card, and then I need to do script, components. I need to import this card component.
I think, yeah, I'm already importing it here. Okay, so I have the card, and then, oops. Template slots, yeah, let me create those. Put the templates inside there, and then template, okay. Card info, I'll just call this study card. Okay, cool, and now I have my card here. It's kind of hard to see. Let me take the same grid that I'm using on that page and put it on this page too. So I'll put this here. I'll say cards. Let's see. I'll get rid of that. Get rid of that. And yeah, this is fine. And now I can study the cards individually. So, let's see. I should, actually, you're right, with the persist data. There we go. Yeah. I should go ahead and install that Vuex. So Vuex persist. So I can persist it to local storage for right now. Champion swimmer. Alright. Vuex plugin that allows you to save your state of your app to a persisted storage like cookies or local storage. Npm install Vuex persist. Okay, so let me stop my application. Oh yeah, npm install, and then transpile target ES5. All right. In browser, tips for next. Here it is, usage. Import. In browsers, you can directly use window.vuex persistence. Okay. Import vuex persistence from vuex. Create an object. Oh yeah, and then I have to add it as a plugin. So that's basically all I need to do. So let me go into my store and import vuex persist, and then vuex local. Yeah, here we go. So I'll put this down here, and then I need to add it as a plugin at the bottom here. Oh wait, undo. Plugins, there we go. So vuex local dot plugin, and then I don't think I want to set anything else here. I think that will be fine. Okay, and that should, well, as soon as I run my server again, that should, oh, hi Paul Chris. Thanks for the follow and the raid. How are you doing? Let's see. We're building a Vue.js application right now for spaced repetition learning. We're just doing the front end, and then hopefully next week I can do the back end in Django REST framework. Open source dev group in Cambodia. That's awesome. That's one of my favorite things about development, and especially streaming, is that we're all in different countries all over the world, and we just connect online. And fortunately, a lot of people understand English, and we can kind of all communicate with each other all over the world. Vue 3 is awesome. The ecosystem is catching up. The libraries and tools are not all compatible with Vue 3 yet, and even the dev tools, if you look at the dev tools, you can see you don't have like routing, events, all the options like Vuex that you have in the Vue 2 DevTools. So it's like slowly getting there. I definitely wouldn't start, I guess I wouldn't start upgrading any Vue 2 applications to Vue 3 yet because things need to catch up first. But it's getting there. Yeah, I think Vue 3 is awesome. Okay, so study cards. All right, let me display some real card info here now. And it should, let me see here. In the home component, yeah, there's no cards in there. Let me see if it actually persists. So if I click on this, okay, there's one object in Vuex. So if I refresh, now there's no objects. It's not persisting. Oh, I thought that would fix it. Yeah, Vue 3 itself works really well. Like I said, it's just the ecosystem. Wait, what am I looking for? Application. Oops. Okay. So, local storage. Cognito. Really? Do I still have Cognito stuff in here? Alright, let me clear. Don't know what that's doing in there. Clear local storage. Session storage? No. Okay. So, refresh. Okay, so I have Vuex here. That's good. Now if I just refreshed, I still have that there. Okay, so it seems to be working now. I guess I just needed to clear out whatever was in there before. Okay. So now if I go to cards, it should be able to show the card. Oh, good night, Paul Chris. Thanks for the raid. A mini golf app. Data is not persisting. We will not be able to save our scores. I haven't played mini golf in a long time. Well, obviously we've been in quarantine all year, so. Yeah, have a good night. Let me know how the app goes. Alright, let me show some real data there. And what am I doing? Oh yeah, I have to map cards. Let me just map all the cards to this component then. I can do import map state. Why does this look wrong right now? No, that's right. Okay. Import map state. So here I need computed and in computed. Oh yeah, I want to do map state cards, and this will be inside the array. Alright, so now I have cards on this component. So what I can do, I should have current card here. So I should have an index of the current card, so I'm going to have to create data for that. Return an object, and then do current card index. And this will be 0. Okay. And now in the card info, I want to do cards, current card index dot name. No, I don't have name, right? I just have, yeah, for right now I just have question. And then I don't have answer yet because that's on the back of the card. Okay, cool. So I have what is Python here. And then on the back, I'll have the answer. So I guess I need an is flipped variable here, right? So is flipped and this will be false. And then create a method here. 400 cases of COVID. Yeah, either you're doing really well or they're not testing as much. Oh, you have a app for it. Oh, it's Adobe XD, so you have the designs. Cool. Let's see. Methods. So, Flipkart. Yeah, the United States is completely out of control with COVID cases. And I'm pretty sure, I'm trying to get everything done because I'm pretty sure we're gonna go under stricter lockdown again at some point. Let's see, especially where I live because I'm like 10 minutes from the center of downtown. So I'm sure I won't be able to go anywhere again pretty soon. So Flipkart, all groups, activities, all of that stuff has already been canceled pretty much all year, and people are expecting everything to be canceled for next year too. So, yep, is flipped equals, oh yeah, I have to use this, so is flipped. So I just basically want the opposite, so this dot is flipped equals not dot, this dot is flipped. So it'll toggle that boolean. And then I guess I need buttons here, so I wonder if there's a template slot for actions on this. There should be. Yeah, for these buttons at the bottom. So that's what I want here. America wants that freedom. Oh, you already wore masks before COVID. Yeah, when I went to Asia years ago, I was like, everyone's wearing masks. Not everybody, but a lot of people in the cities were wearing masks. And I just thought it was so different. And now, like, you can't go anywhere in America. Like, every store requires a mask. They won't let you in any business, any store. Even some gyms, which is kind of scary. Especially since I have asthma, like I couldn't imagine working out with a mask, but they're still requiring it. Alright, footer. I think footer is what I want. It's not called actions, but footer's fine. I'll put my buttons in there. Template. And then based off of if the card's flipped or not. Oh, it changed. What did it change? Oh, it changed it to V slot from slot. Alright. Yeah, I don't know why they put this in the docs. I guess maybe this worked in Vue 2 and now my Vue linting is fixing it for me. Oh yeah. Thanks for chatting, Paul. In Asia I went to we stopped through Japan and we're really going to Korea though. So I spent a while in Korea, which was an awesome place. I do want to go to China someday. I'm not sure if it's going to be possible in the next couple years, but we'll see. I should have gone a couple years ago. That would have been the perfect time to do it. Okay, so now I have these. Now I need a button. So let me create a button here. And button with a label of, let's see. What do I want? Oh yeah, this button will say flip. Flip card. Or show answer. I guess it will be show answer. Show answer. And then when you click on this button, it's going to call that flip card function. So let's see, at click, it will call flip card. I'm losing my voice again. Flip card. Alright, and that should flip the card over. But now here, I need to decide, you know, if I basically have to test This seems like such a React thing to do, not a Vue thing. I guess I should do a v-if here. I don't want to do a ternary inside of here to show question or answer. I'm going to do a v-if. Yeah. The ternary would be, if I was using JSX in my template here, I would use a ternary, but I'll use a v-if. And let's see. Let me wrap this in an h3. So I'll do a v-if equals is flipped. So I guess not is flipped. And it'll show the question. And else. Seems weird to do it twice, but that's okay. H3. And here I'll do cards, current card index dot answer. Okay, so, oh yeah, this will be v else. So it'll show the question or the answer based off of that variable. This should flip the card. So this should work. Let me see if it works. What? What happened to my button? Well, it did flip the card, and it's continuously flipping it. Oh, I'm not importing button. That's the issue here. So let me import button. Register it as a component. Button is such a common thing. I probably want to globally register some of these components. Okay, show answer, a programming language. Okay, so I think I should continuously show the question, actually. So I'm gonna not put this here and instead put just add this here, so it'll show question and answer if the card is flipped. You could turn the v-if into a ternary inside the braces instead of duping the h3. Yeah, I could. I thought about that, but it seems like a React pattern. Like if I was using JSX, it doesn't seem like a pattern that I would use in Vue. Maybe it is. Or maybe I would put this inside a computed function to display exactly what I wanted here. I don't know, but anyway, I think because when you use Anki apps, you know how when you, like, let's say I have the question, when you click show answer, it shows you the question and the answer. So I think that's probably what I want to do, is show both of them. It looks a little bit weird having two H3s on top of each other, like there's no separation. I should probably add, I don't know, an HR or something in between. Yeah, something like that. So this would be the question, and then it would show the answer. I probably wouldn't show the HR, maybe, unless it already showed the answer. So, yeah, but I can worry about the exact design maybe later. Okay, so now I'm showing a card, so that's a good step. I'm flipping the card over, so that's good. Now I need to allow people, once the answer is shown, I want to change the button selection. So I want to allow people to choose what kind, like if it was easy, hard. Yeah, I guess just easy or hard. Should I say right or wrong? I should probably give 3 options. Easy, meh, or hard. Something like that. So let me find a button group here. Where is the button? Split button. No, that's not what I want. They do have button groups. I know I saw them. Maybe it's just under button. Button set. Here we go. Okay. Text button, raise button, link button. Button set. Okay, so I want something like this. Let me put these in here. So it's not an extra component for button set, it's just a span wrapper. Okay, and then I'll only show this button set. Basically, I do want v-if, v-else here. So for button, I'm gonna say v-if. So if is flipped. So if it's not flipped yet, which I guess we're not really flipping if we're showing the question and the answer. But anyway, v-if. Maybe someone can help me out with the terminology. No, this will just be v-else. Okay, so now that it's flipped, so if I go to this, now that show answer, it shows the icons here. So what do I want for the icons? So I mean not the icons, for the buttons. So let's see, I want I guess easy, medium, and hard. Easy, medium, hard. And I wonder if I can find better icons for those. There doesn't appear to be a search here. I guess I can just use browser search. Icons. Use Prime Icons library, the official icon suite from Prime Tech. Okay, so Prime Icons, and do these have labels? How do I get to the labels of each icon? Maybe I should just color code these and forget about the icons. I could do thumbs up, thumbs down, but then what do I do in the middle? Like, thumbs middle? Yeah, I'm just not going to use icons, forget about it. So, no more icons. I should use okay. I should use some kind of colors. So let me see. Go back to buttons. Button, and I can set, let's see, the variant somewhere. Okay, label. Okay, so it's just a class. So button secondary, button success. So let me add a class to the easy button. I'll give this a class of success. And let's see, medium will be warning. And then the hard one will be danger, I guess. I guess that works. Hi Cigar, how are you? Yeah, I haven't been streaming as much lately anyway because of crazy work schedules and things. But as soon as my work gets figured out, okay, this is very bold. I do want to be streaming more regularly. I'm hoping to get all that sorted out by December anyway. Okay, easy, medium, hard. And then this is where I do bucket logic when I click on one of these buttons. And I wish I could just call one function for all of them, but I guess I'll have to put an @click on each button separately, which is fine. Just clean this code up a little bit. How are you doing, Cigar? Okay, so that's still working. And now, okay, let me make the function first. So I have a flip card, and now I want to do, I guess, what should I say, next card, and then put the bucket logic, because when they click on one of these, it should take them to the next card automatically. So, what should I say? Submit card, change card, move to the next one. I guess I'll just do complete card, maybe. Okay, so I'll do complete card, and in here I'm gonna do update bucket logic. Okay, update bucket logic, and then let's see. Yeah, I like this already. I love this. So medium, I guess medium means it stays in the same bucket. Easy means it moves to a higher number. Hard means it moves to a lower number, so you review it more often. Okay, so I guess that's the logic that I'm gonna do. And then update bucket logic, I guess bucket number, and then move to next card. And then if there's no next card, I guess no next card should show completed screen. There's so many features you could add to this app here. I should push the code. It's been over an hour and a half, like an hour and 40 minutes of coding. So let me go ahead and push the code here real quick. So get status, tracked. Okay. Yeah, so I already have a good get ignore. The default one that Vue adds is pretty good. Let me just make sure that, yeah, SW files are included. That's good for my Vim. And, oh, sorry. So, what was I? Now I completely lost my track of thought. My train of thought. So, SW files. Oh yeah, I'm pushing code. So, I need to get the URL of my repo and do a get remote add origin, get status. I just keep doing get status for some reason. Get, I'm just going to add everything. Oops. Get commit -m. I'll call this the first commit, even though technically Vue already made a commit for me. I'll set the upstream for origin master, push. Cigar, you're also kind of occupied. I got promoted to senior software developer. That's awesome. Congratulations. Any suggestions? I don't really know if I have any suggestions. I've worked as a senior and for, I don't know, maybe like a year and a half. And it's different if you're running a team. Like there's a lot of things that you need to learn to run a team, but I feel like graduating to a senior is more of a natural progression than being a lead developer or anything. The only thing is when you're a senior, it feels like for some reason moving into that role, it feels like, oh, now my code has to be really good. I have to double check everything, you know, instead of just, oh, pushing, I'm done. You know, I'll say, okay, I'm done, but I'm not gonna push or make a PR yet because I'm gonna take a break and then look at my code again with fresh eyes and make sure I didn't make any mistakes. So I think the amount of care, not care because you still care about your code, but the amount of effort that you put into making it a little bit better changes. At least for me it did. at that point. But that's exciting. Congratulations. What tech stack are you working in? Anything different than you were before? Okay. Well, so init first commit. Yeah, so anyway, I posted the repo that I've been working on. So let me just run the server again. npm run serve. Let's see. Easy, medium, hard. All right, now I just need to implement this logic, which I want to go ahead and do. Update bucket number. Let's see. I guess now as a senior, I don't know if you're already doing this, but you'll probably be reviewing a lot more PRs for people and commenting on them and stuff. So that usually means a little bit less time coding and more time managing other people's code too. Okay, so update bucket number. So I'm gonna have to look at the bucket number on the particular card. But the thing is that right now, anonymous component. Why is it anonymous? Probably have to refresh. But right now on my cards, I only have the current card. No, I only have answer and question, and I need all of the rest of this data. So I need which bucket it's in, next review date, last review date, created at, updated at. Because basically every day when someone comes to review their cards, I want to pull anything that says next review date on it. And the next review date will be based on the bucket. So once they review it, I'm going to look at the bucket number and say, okay, I'll set the next review date as X, if that makes sense. So I need to put timestamps for all these things and also set a bucket number, which I'm going to set to 1. So I'm going to do this in my action because card, all the information I need from card or from home where I create the card is just the question and answer. What am I doing? Okay. So here I'm going to do const. I don't know if I should probably import this as payload, which will be the card, which this is where TypeScript is more convenient because I'm just importing this random payload and who knows what it is, right? So let's see. Anyway, this should be just the question and answer off of there. I could pull it off if I wanted to. Maybe I'll do that. So maybe I'll just do question and answer, and that way I don't have to destructure a random payload here. So question, answer, and now I'll do bucket, which I'll set it, when I first create a card, I want it as bucket number 1. And then, let's see, of course I want the created at and updated at. The database will handle those automatically. I'll just put something there for a second. So updated at 0. Okay. So I'll do that. So what's wrong? Oh yeah, because this doesn't equal anything. Oh, what am I doing? I need to give this a name. So const card equals this object. That's what I want to do. I was wondering why it was weird highlighting there. Okay, so card equals this object. What else do I want? Oh yeah, next review date and last reviewed that I want on here. So next review date, last reviewed. Okay, so now I want to put actual timestamps in these. So I think I can do date.now, right, for a timestamp. JavaScript date timestamp. Short and snazzy. Date.now. Okay. It will be new date.now. Okay, so I'll do that for this and for this. Now, do I want, I guess I want the same thing for this, but I'll just put 0 because I want a falsy value because they've never reviewed it. So next review date, I'll also put date.now, I guess, because they need to review it immediately. And they've never reviewed it, so I'll leave 0. I think that's what I want. A lot of research. Okay, so you will be helping manage the team. That's good. Yeah, that's a big step. I actually had some life coaching recently where I was really considering like what I want to go, or where I want to go in my career and how I want to advance and stuff. So yeah, I'm trying to take steps like you too, and not necessarily the same ones, but I'm trying to get more into being able to research eventually. So I'm going to have to finish my CS degree and do some other things now. So that's what I'm doing next year. So wish me luck on that. Let's see, created at, updated at, last reviewed, next reviewed. What am I doing? Wait, I need to think for a second. So I created a card, a pen card. So this should work now. Let me see, let me create a new card. In home. Actually, I have no way of deleting cards now. So I'm gonna have to add that in a bit. So here, I have one object here. Actually, I can just delete it from here, from the dev tools, right? Can I not do that? Oh, I can delete it from here though. Delete. Okay, so now I have no cards. So now let me add a card, and this should have all the fields on it. Oh, sweet. Oh, it does add time zone information. Okay, well, that's fine. I think the regular date is okay for right now. Question, last reviewed, bucket, all of that stuff. So now if I go into cards, let me just add that other card real quick so I have 2 to work with. Okay, so now I have the 2 cards. So let me go into review cards and create the logic for navigating through cards. So update bucket number. So I'm gonna have to take my current card, and actually because all of these cards and their information are stored on Vuex, I'm gonna have to make a mutation for update card. So I have create card. I can just make CRUD mutations, so update card. And then I'm gonna actually need a delete card too. So delete card, but I won't fill that in yet. I'll just leave it there as a reminder. Okay, so update card, and don't want to overwrite everything. So let's see, what do I want here? I can get the state in here, which I'm gonna want. So I'm gonna need to commit a mutation, but I also want state. I don't need, this is already at the root, so I don't need root state. I think I can just use state. And then I'm gonna pass in a payload of whatever I want to update on that card. Okay, and then commit the mutation, which will be update card. Oh wait, undo. Back. Update. No, wait. Append card. What? I mean, what should I call it? Mutate card? I guess. Mutate card. Thank you. Okay, so state card, and then so here, if I'm putting together a card object here, if I'm getting state, or I could just pass through the card info that I want to change. I might do that because I think I should be accessing state whenever possible inside the mutation. So instead of the action, so I might just pass the payload through. Let's see. What would I need as the payload here? I'd need, oops. Card index. It's funny because I use Vim, so like the escape key is always the first thing I look at when I get a new keyboard. Like, where is the escape key, or can I rearrange the keys in an intuitive way to move the escape key where I need it. Obviously on a laptop keyboard that's not so efficient. Some people put it for cap locks, but I don't know. It just seems weird to me. Anyway, so mutate. What was I doing? Oh yeah, so payload is, I guess I need card ID, and then I need the actual card. Card details, which is also an object of key value pairs. So card ID is the card that is the ID of the card that I'm going to update, and then card details are the details that I'm going to update on the card. So if I do that, then off of card here, I can do const card ID, not card ID, I guess for right now it's going to be index, because I will need an ID on that eventually. But I'll pull that off a card, and then card details. Yeah, I guess that's good. And then I can look in state.cards card index equals okay, so that will be the exact card that I want to update. So the simplest way might be to do that and then overwrite whatever card details I want to overwrite there, assuming I pass in things correctly into the function. So if I do commit mutate card, so from the component now, it's up to the component to pass in the card ID and card details. So I'm going to do the logic in the component for that. So I'm going to say, let's see, complete card. So I'm going to pass in a parameter here, and this will be difficulty, and basically that will be a number. So 1, 2, or 3. Maybe 0, 1, or 2? No, I don't know. But so here I could do, I need the card first. So I need to get card, const card equals this dot cards current index, current card index, oh, it's this also, so this dot current card index. Now I have card here, and so now I can do, and actually this I should make a copy so I'm not mutating it off of the computed that I'm getting. So I'll put this in a new object. So this card is a fresh object, and hi Yasir, how are you? Okay, so by the way, been a minute since I posted this, so this is the repo that I am working off of. I pushed not too long ago, so I'm going to be working a few more minutes to get this app working. So when I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this. So I have a card and I need to update card.bucket equals. Now I could do I think this is what I'm going to do, plus difficulty, and then I'll pass in either a negative, 0, or a positive number. That's the easiest way to do this. Okay. Hi Books Now, it's good to see you again. Yeah, Siri, yeah, I've been streaming 2 hours already. I changed the stream to 9 a.m. To fit into my work schedule now. But I need to start coding eventually. Finishing up some Docker stuff I'm working on. But I can do that later. This is fun right now. So complete card. I need to call this function from all of these buttons. And what I'm going to do is complete card. Oh wait, I need to do @click equals. And these cards aren't inside a form, so I don't need to prevent anything. So complete card. Oh yeah, I need to pass in the argument. So what am I doing? Complete. So if it's easy, I want to add one to the bucket, because basically if it's easy, I want it to move up to the next bucket. I'm gonna handle the logic for being over 5 or below 1 later, because I don't want them to pass those bucket numbers. But anyway, I'm just gonna do this for right now. Oh wait, let me just copy that whole row. Okay, so now if it's medium, I'll call this with 0, so it won't change buckets at all. And if it's hard, then I'll pass in a -1. Oh wait, okay, so I think that will work, because then I'll just update the bucket accordingly. It starts off at 1 automatically. Let's see, I guess here I should do a check actually. So if card.bucket is less, why is it? Oh yeah, I do need parentheses in JavaScript. So if card.bucket is less than 0, no, is less than 1, yeah, then card.bucket equals 1. That's probably the easiest way to do it. And else, else if card.bucket is greater than 5, because I don't have buckets for greater than 5. I think 5 will be around 30 days in between study. So if card.bucket is, you'd have to have thousands of cards to like make it unreasonable to do every 30 days. Okay, so if card.bucket is greater than 5, then oh yeah, reset it to 5. What am I doing right now? Bucket equals 5. Okay. This is an okay way to do it for right now, I guess. Okay, and then I move to the next card. So I need to increment the current index that I have here. So current card index. I need to do this dot current card index plus equals 1. And then I won't worry about if the index goes over yet. I'll do that in a second. I don't have a complete screen yet. Although I could do is completed. That would be the easiest way to do this. And then basically do a v if here. So yeah, I will go ahead and do this. Why not? So v if not is completed, and then so is completed, and then here I could just do if this dot current card index, actually, so this should be in an else right here. I'll move that in a second. So if this dot current card index is greater than this dot cards, no, equals, is greater than or equal to, yeah, let me just do that. So it's greater than or equal to this dot cards dot length, then this dot is completed equals true, and else I will move to the next card. Okay. I'll leave the comments in there for right now. I think that's okay. Alright, so I did some basic checking, not too bad. I do need to update the cards still. So let's see. The update of the card should be here. So update card details in Vuex. So I need to call, what is my Vuex? Update card. I need to call this dot update card from Vuex and pass in a payload that I am about to create. So I do need to map this dot update card. So I'm gonna have to do that here. So map actions, update card. The autocomplete is getting significantly better for me, which is good. So map actions. Okay, so I have map actions. I have this dot update card, payload. What am I doing here? Oh yeah, I need to construct the payload. So let me do const payload equals object here. And I need to just do the information that I want to update on the card. So specifically, I don't need to update the question or answer. I need to update the bucket number. And I need to update the last reviewed. I need to set that as new date. So, and I need to updated at will only be when they update the card information. So I don't need to do that. Next review date. So I need to calculate the next review date, set the last review date, and update the bucket number, basically. So, oh wait. And let's see, bucket. Oh wait, I made a copy of the card. So, because I thought I was going to update the card, but maybe I'm just not going to update the card. Maybe I'll just create the bucket there. Oh wait, this would have to be let then. Let bucket. Oh wait. Okay, so that might be the best way. We'll see. Okay, bucket. Is that the best? I don't know. Okay, const bucket equals. Then I might not have to make a copy. I'll see in a second what I want to do. So last reviewed will be just new date because it basically was just reviewed. So I'll just do that. Although I probably want just a timestamp, but Anyway, so new date object. Let's see. Next review date. So I need to calculate based off of the bucket number. I need to use a formula for, let's see, JavaScript, new date in the future. I just want to get this one thing working, then I'm done. Okay. Target date dot set date. This is what I want. This is what I want. So target date. Get date plus 10. There are more graceful ways to format dates. So I could probably use like moment. Oh no, it's not moment anymore. Whatever that new one that replaced moment is. 10 days in the future, and then format it. I don't need to format it. So, oh, this is from 2010. So maybe I shouldn't be looking. So this is what worked for me. Get time, create a date helper. I don't want to do any of this. I have a lookup for the months. No, let me look. What is that new moment? JavaScript. Does anyone know what that library is? Moment.js. New. There may be more modern, better alternatives. Oh, you may also read, you don't need moment anymore. For alternatives to moment, for internationalizing date. Okay, you don't need moment anymore. From this year, get minutes. Oh yeah, because of the date API. So they're just saying you can use the basic date API. I just want to set a new date in the future. That's all I want to do. Okay, JavaScript set future date. Is that what I look for? Zoom in here. Okay, so I'm on DigitalOcean. New date. I can set a variable now. Okay. So get time. Okay. So this is everything I want. Assign 0. Okay, to get the 1970 origin date. Okay. So timestamp date string. New date. So I guess I do new date, something like new date, pass in new date plus 10, or should I just be able to add it onto it? Okay, new date, get full year, because I could get day. Check if it's the right month. Modifying date. This is what I want. For all the get methods that we learned about, there's a corresponding set method for date. Okay. By the way, this is the article I'm looking at. It's really well written. DigitalOcean has some great stuff. Okay, so set month, set date. I just want to add like 10 days though. Day of the week, day of the month, year. I get the set methods, but I don't want to, like, I just want to be able to add 10 days onto it. I'm not sure if there's a library that does that easily. I really don't want to have to implement date logic myself. Powerful, modern, friendly wrapper for JavaScript dates and times. Yes, minus 1 week, end of day, yes. So that means I can plus 1 week. Documentation. Quick tour for moment users. Why does Luxon exist? General documentation. Okay, so I don't want that. Formatting, parsing, math. Yes, this is what I want. Plus. Equals get date plus 10. Yes, that's exactly what I want to do. But it seems like I can do that with Luxon here by doing plus. So I can get a new date time and then just do plus. Alright, so let me just put it here. So, but instead of here, I put days plus, and then I would have to have logic inside of there because I need to do basically the bucket number. Actually, so here's what I need to do. On Vue X, what I need to do, because I have these buckets, but they each correspond to days. So I need to store that logic somewhere. So here, I'm going to say bucket days. And then, so for bucket 1, I could do key value. Well, it's pretty much key value pairs, but I'll have to add 1 because the index is 0 based. So anyway, bucket days, I could do 1 day for the first bucket, 3 days, 7 days, 16 days, and then 30 days. Something like that. I think this is about right. It might not be exact. But these are the bucket, the days corresponding to the bucket. So now I can map this for Python Django with GitHub Actions to DigitalOcean. Yeah, I've been meaning to do deployments for Django applications. I've been sitting on a Django thing that I'm going to do with Heroku. But yeah, I should do it to DigitalOcean too because I already have it set up for I already did a tutorial for JavaScript apps, but I already have it set up for different kinds of applications too. But yeah, I can't say when I'm going to get around to doing it. What was I doing? Oh yeah. So here, plus days. So this will be, oh yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Map state. I need to map the bucket days now that I have those. I think I called it bucket days. Yeah. So basically here, I will take, let's see, this dot bucket days, and I'm just going to get the index of whatever bucket I'm in, -1 because that will be the actual index of which bucket day it corresponds to. And the index is, because these should be 1 to 5 and the index will be 0 to 4. So I'll get the right number of days and then I'll just add those days onto the next review date, if that makes sense. Hi Jacobs. I could, it's just this gives me a really nice API for Luxon if I'm going to be doing, because with I feel like with spaced repetition apps, I'm going to be doing so many things with date. And then later on, I'm going to have to maybe worry about time zones or whatever people are using in the app. So I think it's good to use this maybe. So DSTs. Okay. Adjusting them directly. Alright. If you didn't have Lux on, you would do something like this to accomplish month. Date FNS offers a simple and concise way to modify date on JS. I haven't looked at that before. JavaScript date FNS. Oh, cool. Yeah, simple, consistent toolset for manipulating JavaScript dates. I've never heard of this before. It's using regular date objects. Okay, but it gives you different methods to use, like format distance. So is this more of a formatting library for manipulating dates? Consistent, simple, immutable, docs. Cool. I'll have to look at that. But I'm gonna, okay, so datetime.local. So can I, with Luxon, can I just generate a new date then? And then, no, because I guess I wouldn't be able to chain, you know, plus onto it. So I think if I just do datetime.local and just call it, right, I can just do it like that. Some days function. Oh, you're talking about in here? Oh, sub days, right? Sub days. Oh, cool. Format distance. And then you're changing the date here with sub days. Datetime.local. Okay, so if I just do datetime.local, like if I did install this, I don't actually know if I've used Luxon in an actual application before. Yeah, to get the current time, just do datetime.local. Okay, but I need to install from npm. Okay, and then I can get their datetime object. Okay. Datetime equals import datetime. Yeah, that's fine. So import datetime from Luxon. And then here I need to get I'll just leave these as basic date objects until I need to do something else with them. But actually, why am I doing this multiple times if all I'm using is the same date? Let me just do like let now equal datetime dot local, and then I can use now in here. Yeah, that makes more sense actually. Okay, so now streaming almost 2.5 hours, but I'm almost done with this. Okay, so now I can do now dot plus, but I don't know if I want to mutate this before I use it here. Operator must be spaced. Okay. Because this will update that now date. So actually, what I want to do here is do this, I think. And I think this will work, right? If I do now dot plus. Oh, plus can't mutate. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna undo everything I just did. Alright, so I could do const next. I guess I'm calling it, I mean, now and next. So now dot plus, and so here it would be next. Oh wait, no. What am I doing? The bucket would be just still bucket. Next review date would be next. Last reviewed would be now. Okay, I think that works. Oh, you're saying that Luxon is a bad implementation? Because now doesn't mutate? Or it doesn't do what I think it does? Or I'm making a bad implementation. Am I doing bad things? Okay, so bucket, next review date. So I'm setting the next review date, last reviewed. And this should update the days in the future. Let's see. And then I'm just, basically for update card, all I'm passing in is, oh, I need to pass in the card ID. And then all of these should be on card details. So I'm gonna have to make a nested object. So let me do card ID here. No, it's really card index. Let me do card index. And this should be this dot current card index. Yeah, this dot current card index. And then these are card details. Okay, and then these should, yeah, I have to try Luxon and see. I really don't have an opinion about the library. I've just been meaning to try it for so long because I've always been using Moment, but now, you know, as of a few months ago, I stopped using it, but I haven't had an opportunity to use something else in like an actual work app until now. So trying out Luxon, I'll try the library you posted too and see what's good, I guess. Let's see, next, now, payload. Okay, so I have everything. I have card details with the key value pairs that I want here. Those are getting passed straight through to mutate card. I'm basically putting actions here as placeholders for future async calls that I'm going to make to when I make the backend for this. So now in mutate card, I'm getting card index and I'm mutating that card, saving whatever's already there and overwriting anything I pass in on card details. Okay, let's see if this works. I changed a lot of things. So, oh, I'm not running the server. Let me do run serve real quick. And okay, so bucket D, sweet. Home. So now I have 2 cards already. So I should be able to go to cards. I have what is Python. Let me get to the cards page here. Let's say show answer. So now if I click on one of these, let's do hard. Oh, and I went to the next one. Oh, but when I go to the next card, I'm showing the answer automatically, so I have to reset that Boolean. But let me look and see. Okay, it's in bucket 1 still. That's good. But let me Oh good, I have last reviewed. Oh no. Luxon created this whole date object for me. Okay. That's not what I want. I just want the date. Why is it creating a date? Maybe you're right. Maybe it isn't the best thing to use. I'll have to look at these date objects now. Oh, cool. So it does have, you know, day, hour, all that stuff, but now it doesn't match date.now, so I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. But anyway, that worked. So now, if I refresh again, first I need to go back into cards and say, let's see, if bucket. So I basically want to, reset the Boolean to reset the isFlipped Boolean to false. Let's do, I guess this dot is flipped equals false. Okay. So now, why does it say anonymous component? Come on. Okay, there we go. Show answer. And I'm going to choose easy now. Okay, so did reset it there. That's good. But let me... Yay, it moved it to bucket 2 when I chose easy. Looks for some method that returns this to the JS date. Yeah, there must be a method on Luxon that does that. Okay, so my bucket logic is working. That's good. Now Luxon. What's wrong with Luxon? Let's see. Let's install a quick tour. Calendars, parsing. It's probably in parsing, I guess. Really? Can parse numerical. I probably just want the timestamp though. I don't really want anything else. Do I? Because I can also always get it from a timestamp, you know? Oh, hi Miss Coco Derp. Thanks for the raid. How are you doing? Yeah, I think I just want the timestamp really. Is there like a T here somewhere? I'm trying to figure out Luxon and dates right now. They're never easy. Never easy. Let's see. ISO week. Localized date. Oh, man. Last time I tuned into your stream, you were doing the free code camp challenges, right? Are you still working on those? From milliseconds, from seconds. Okay. From, these are all from. From ISO. All of these are parsable from ISO. I guess formatting is what I want probably. To ISO. Let me just do to ISO. I think that's what I want, actually. Calling this method to ISO. Alright. I'm all hunched over now. I gotta relax. Oh yeah, I forgot I have the chiropractor today. Let's see. He'll fix my back after slouching in front of the computer. So for these dates, I think here I'll just do like to ISO and see how that goes. Since the other ones are already stored into ISO, just easier. So, okay, let me refresh. Show answer, pick easy again. So it should move up to a bucket. And yes, sweet. Okay, so now the dates are all the same. Oh, these ones. Yeah, maybe I'll just use Luxon for all the dates then in the app, so they're just all the same. I don't have to worry about this. Okay, so I'm gonna go here. Oops. Undo. Wait. Okay. Go here. And now import date time. And now where are my dates? Here they are. So let's see, date, time. Actually, I'll just do this once again. I'll just do here. Const now equals date time dot local, and then dot to ISO. Okay, and so I'll do now and now and now. Okay, I think that should work. Let me create a card and just test this out really quickly. And I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, add new card. So now I should see in the cards, I added this last card, bucket 1. Okay, and I get the same date time format for everything. Okay, that's good. Alright, so what's left? I need to push my code. Get status. Get. By the way, if you want to chat with me about code or anything, feel free to join my Discord server. I try to, that's the one place I really try to check every day and chat, and I really like talking to people about different technologies and stuff. TIL about Luxon, I was like, what is Luxon and why should I use it instead of Moment.js? And the README for it left me with more questions than before. Alright, I definitely read Moment's post or whatever they did about why they're discontinuing Moment and why you should, I guess, try to find a different library. Basically, don't use Moment in future projects. But I don't think I've read the one for Luxon, so I should probably go do that. Let's see, git commit -8m. What should I call this commit? Added functionality for, I guess added bucket logic. Bucket logic for reviewing cards. Yeah, that's a simplification of what happened, but that's fine. Okay, cool. So let me post this link. That's the repo that I worked off of today. I'm going to add some issues. Actually, spaced repetition is something I've been so into for so long that I'm really going to continue working on this app. It probably would be better as a desktop app, but I'm not sure because I like Anki too, so maybe if I put the time into a desktop app, I might as well just contribute to the Anki app. But anyway, it seems like Luxon is basically a trial project by the Moment team, and they may or may not rebrand it as a new version of Moment in the future. Oh, okay. I didn't even realize that. It seems like it has completely different branding of its own right now. Alright, so I added bucket logic. I guess the next things anyway would be to add deck logic to buckets here. So I should probably just go ahead and create a new project. Board, dev tasks, and template. Let me do basic Kanban. Oh yeah, but when I do basic Kanban, it annoyingly adds these cards here already. Just giving me a basic confirm, that's fine. Okay, so add logic for decks in app decide, this is like a feature to do, whether or not to use Luxon or some other library, I guess. Okay, but that's just a feature, whatever. So add logic for Dex and app. That's probably the next thing that needs to be done here. Okay, and then I can create issues as I need them. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today's stream.
Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm going to be streaming another Vue.js stream today for Vue 3. So this is a continuation of the stream that I did last Thursday. I am doing another Django stream this Thursday, but I just wanted to kind of wrap up some things in the Vue app before I started the Django app on Thursday. So hi Dev Oleski, thanks. Yeah, so this is where we left off, was with basically this is a spaced repetition learning app. If you want to see the repo, you can always do repo to see the URL for the GitHub repo. And basically this is a spaced repetition learning app, so it's flashcards. And what I did last time was just create basically a page where you could add a card to the deck, and then a page where you can study cards that are in the deck, and then self-select if it was hard, if it was easy, etc. So I'm going to, today I want to build out the decks aspect, because right now all the cards are in one deck. And so here is, this is the repo, the one I just posted in chat. Hi Seeker, good to see you, how are you? And then this is the project board on GitHub in my same repo. So I have a couple tasks that I want to do, and the first one is kind of not well described in the title here, but add logic for decks and app. I basically need a way to represent decks instead of just having cards. And so I think the easiest way to do this is just on this same screen, instead of create card, I'm going to have create deck. Or not instead, but in addition. And then for this create card, all I have to do is add a field that says which deck I'm adding a card to. Or I guess maybe I should just show decks here, and then you go into a deck, and then inside of a deck you can add a card. Yeah, I think that's how I'm going to do it. You're surprised? Are you surprised I'm streaming right now? It's kind of an impromptu stream. I've just been really thinking about doing some Vue, so I wanted to stream again today. Okay, so let me start in the code. So I already have my server running here. That's why the app is working. So I'm gonna go into the code here, and let's see, views. I'm gonna zoom in one, that might be better. Let's see, views, cards. So I have cards, I have the home page, which, okay, so cards is this screen where you can study basically. And then the home page is here. So on the home page, instead of showing a create card thing, I want to show all of the decks, and then you can click on a deck and go to like a deck/deck ID page or something like that. Yeah, I think that'll work. So let's see. Home page. So let me create a new view. That's going to be deck. So when you click on a deck, it's going to take you to this view. So I'll fill that in a second. Let me change the home page here. Actually, I'm going to have to copy this and put this on the deck page, because this is where this is the create card. So create card inside of a deck will go from here. So now with the home page, I can change this. So I'm going to say this is create deck. So if I want to create a new deck, I can do it here. And then I also want to be able to see all of the decks And those will also be in cards. And I think I might put, because anyways, I want this collapsible. This is a big eyesore to create decks here. And actually the fields, first let me do the fields for the decks. So I think for decks I just need a title. Maybe a title and description. Let me do that. So I'll do a title and a description. Description and title. Oh, let me change the ID. Let's see. ID, oh yeah, and I have to change the 4 in the label as well. So if this is description, then for description, and then this one, this is for title. Okay, so I think everything else is good, and then I just have to come down here to these. So I'll have to do title and description. Okay, and then of course in the payload, I don't have any of this working yet, so I'm gonna comment this out, and I'm gonna rename this to submit new deck form, and map actions, I'll get to that in a second. Map cards, that's fine. Actually, I need to map decks in a second, so let's see. Let me rename this first. Deck form, and then yeah, I'm gonna map decks here. So I need to map all the decks so I can display them on the home page. And let me go into my store then to create some kind of decks here. So cards will be associated with a deck, so I'm not gonna store these the same way, but let me get the decks logic worked out first, and then I'm gonna restructure how I'm doing cards. So decks will be an array of objects, and so basically this is a card, and decks will be I guess this is just one deck, so there we go. Okay, and decks will be title, description, and then yeah, of course I'll have the metadata like created at and updated at, last reviewed, next reviewed. I guess I really need these on decks too. Not next review date, because they can go into a deck every day, I guess? I don't know. Let me do last reviewed anyway for decks, so they can know when they last studied. And I think that's it for right now. Okay. So I have that. That's what a deck is gonna look like. And let's see. I'm gonna create a new action here, which is create deck. Create deck. I'll need commit for any mutations I'm gonna do later. I'll pass in the payload for right now. Okay, so I'm gonna create a deck, and then I'm gonna pretty much use a similar logic here. Let's see. Append card, question, answer. Right, so I'm gonna have to get, what did I call it? Oh yeah, title and description that I'm gonna pull off here. So
This will be title, and then description. Okay, I have the date time I'm gonna set. I don't have next review date. I don't know if I need that on a deck. I might have to add it later if I need it. Last reviewed will be 0 when you first create a deck, because of course you haven't reviewed it at all right when you create it. And then, so I'm gonna do deck. Yeah, let me append deck here. Okay, so hi Richard Me. I'm doing really well. How are you? I've been dying to stream again. So let's see. Mutate card. Oh yeah, that's if I want to update a single card. So I need to create a mutation for I guess append deck. I thought I had that down here. Yeah, I do. Okay. Append deck, and this one will be state, and I'm passing in a deck, and then very simply I just have to do state.dex.push and then the new deck, and that will add my deck to the state. Hi Imperial Lexicon, thanks for the follow. Alright, let's see. So I have decks now. I'm pushing a new deck. So let me start creating new decks. Yeah, pass in a title and description to this create deck function. So let me get that working on the home page now that I updated it. So create deck. So now I have that mutation. Let me undo this and just update the words here. So I think I can do, yeah. Okay, and now, so this will be title, and this one will be, oh no, I just messed it up. Okay, and this one will be description. Okay, so I have title and description. That should be mapping. So now if I create a new deck, let's say computer science. Hi Argania, thanks for the raid. How are you guys doing? By the way, I'm working on this repo. Obviously from the title, it's a Vue 3 repo. I'm trying to get the front end done before, or at least in a workable state before my Django stream on Thursday. What were you guys working on? Okay, description, I'll just say comp sci study deck. Oh yeah, I need to update that button too. Okay, it didn't do anything. I think that's because the button's not updated. It is type submit though, and it is submitting submit new deck form. So I wonder why it's not working. Let's see, everything appears to be spelled correctly. Let me just go ahead and update this real quick anyway, since I need to do that. Thanks for the follow, Arcana. Oh, you're preparing for another Vue talk? Cool. What is your Vue talk on? Now you're like the lead dev there, right? The lead Vue dev. Oh, cool. You're a newbie to Vue, or just a programming newbie? Hi, good evening. Oh, both? Nice, welcome
Welcome to the crazy world of JavaScript development. Let's see. Comp size study deck. Why isn't this? Let me look at the DevTools here. I'm using Brave today instead of Firefox because the Vue DevTools are not working in Firefox, and I'm really starting to like Brave anyway. Okay, so connection done. Enabling. Let's see. Yeah, Brave is nice. What's sad is I haven't checked out all of the cryptocurrency features yet. Okay, this.create card is not a function. Thank you. That's the error I wanted. This.create card, that's right, because it is this.create deck. Okay. Alright, let's try this again. Oh, Brave is autofilling. I've got to turn that off, but that's nice for right now. Okay, so it says it added a new deck for me. Let's see if it really did. Hi, Aaron Ackle. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, Brave is a lot of good ideas. Sweet! Okay, so it added my new deck to my decks array. Now, how do I display the decks? Oh, also, am I persisting these? I can't remember if I am. Oh yes, I'm persisting my state. Okay, yeah, that's why I could see cards even when I opened it today from last time. Okay, so I'm already doing that. Now I need to display the decks somewhere here. So I'm mapping decks to this component already. Yeah, I'm mapping decks, so I just need to loop through them really. And I'm gonna do that at the top first. So I'm gonna create a new card component. By the way, if you haven't seen the component library I'm using, it's Prime Vue. This one. Okay. Oh, bat. Yeah, I need to get started with that. Maybe this will motivate me to do it this week. I'm using Prime Vue, and this is kind of interesting. It almost feels like a foundation or bootstrap type thing, but it comes with Vue components, which is nice. And it works with Vue 3, which is like the only thing that works with Vue 3 so far. Not the only thing, but one of the only component libraries that's working with Vue 3 right now. Okay, so what did I just do? Oh yeah, I'm gonna loop through cards up at the top. So I need to create cards here, and I need to take these templates because they're basically what Prime Vue does. It's a little bit different than like Vuetify and other component frameworks because they basically have you pass stuff in via slots instead of having subcomponents, which I think is more Vuethonic, if that's a word, kind of like Pythonic, Vuethonic. Yeah, anyway, so I'm gonna loop through these cards here. Hi Paranoid Androidiot, it's good to see you again. I'm working on this repo, so spaced repetition view. I worked on it last Thursday, and I'm gonna be working on a back end for this Thursday. So I want to build out a little bit more of the front end. Let's see. I would need to loop through decks here. So I need to do a v4 deck in decks. And actually I'm going to get the index in the loop as well. Okay. So let's see. Deck. I should have a title on a deck. So I'll display the deck.title here. And why is it complaining? Oh yeah, I need to add a key. So I'll vbind a key, which is my index, as I'm looping through the iterator variable.
So that should work. It won't display anything in content, but I should see a title for each deck now. And yes, it's displaying, but it's all off. So let's see, card, class P offset. Let's see. I don't know if I want to put the class directly on the card. I kind of want a wrapper element here. So let me add another div with the class of P column. Well, yeah, P column 6 offset. So this exact same thing actually. And then I'm gonna actually make these cards, I guess three columns, or no, I'll make them 6 columns inside of that div. I don't know, I'll have to see how it looks. Hi Draw by Nature, thanks for the follow. Reason with myself out loud? No. I'm still kind of getting used to it. But I've been live streaming for almost a year. I think I started last December when I really started live streaming back on YouTube though. So I started live streaming almost every week. So yeah, almost every week for the last year, and I'm getting used to being in a constant state of rubber ducking with myself. And thanks, I guess that means I'm getting better at it. Okay, so these cards inside of here, so I don't know, I might make them 4 wide so they look like actual cards. Let's see. Let's, oops. Okay. Why is, my editor seems off. Okay, let me try again. It just did that all on its own. Okay, now it's working. I'm pressing the back key and it's not, there we go. Oh yeah, I need to add the class now. Let me add it here. So class equals, I wonder if it's my AI autocomplete that's running that's throwing my keystrokes off right now. Let me do a class, let's say P column 4 for each card. Okay, so this is one deck. Now let me add a second deck, and I'm gonna call this blockchain dot dot dot. Okay, now so they're displaying in they're displaying vertically, but I'm using, so if you know about Prime Vue, it has a couple different pieces to it, and one of the pieces is, where is it? Prime Flex. So this is their layout library, and that's where I'm actually getting these classes from, like P column 6 offset, P grid. Oh wait. I think I just need to put P grid on here too, because I'm using it as a column but also as its own grid to nest cards in. So let me see if that works. Yes, that works. Okay, cool. All right, and then I'll just display decks like that. Okay. I feel like I should have some title here. Maybe a H1 decks or something. How does that look? Did I put it in the right place? No, I didn't. I need to put it here. Okay. Now, oh, okay. Yeah, so this will have to be in its own div, I guess. Let me make a header div then. Div. Alright. Thanks for the follow, Verex. How are you? See when I backspace or enter, sometimes it goes all over the place. Okay, so now let me put my H1. I can do H1, and this will be decks to list all the decks. Thanks for the follow, Timmy Connect. Cool. Okay, so now decks, I'm gonna have to do some kind of column stuff in there. I'm gonna have to change all of this because I'm reusing a lot of the same classes here. Okay, so class equals, there we go. So that's centered above all of the decks, and then I have a create new deck card down here to create a new deck. And the styling can always be fixed later, but the placement of these is pretty much what I want. So these display 3 to a row, and okay, so now I need to make these clickable, and I also want to show the description. So inside of here, I'm going to put a paragraph, and this one will have, or wait, deck dot description, and close paragraph. Okay, so this is the deck now. Thanks for the follow, ES6. How are you? Let's see. Now I have these. Let me make just the title clickable then. And to do that, I'm gonna create a page that only exists at, let's see, deck/deck ID, but I don't have an ID for the deck yet. So I guess what I'm gonna do is just index for right now, the index in the array, because when I create a backend for this, I'll have an ID that's generated for each deck, but I don't have that right now. So what I'll do in the meantime is, let's see, let me wrap the H2, I think. So if I do router link, so it uses view router, and then I'll do I'll make that dynamic so I can put a variable in there. So I'll say 2/decks/ oh wait, I need graves in here. So I'll do /deck/ and then pass in a variable I, because that will be the index of the deck, and I'll use that as the ID. You're generally interested in Vue.js, or just in app development in general? Okay, so this should link to, oh wait, this has to be plural. Decks/ID, yeah. Okay, so now this takes me to decks/ID. Yes, it's the same idea as the Anki app. So I broke the code for cards, or I would show you. But yeah, but it's that same ID. I actually use Anki app. Let's see. You can see. Oh, where'd I put it? Oh, I guess I closed out of it. But I just had it open earlier because I was adding a bunch of cards into it. Let's see. Blockchain, computer science. Okay, let me create that in VRouter then, and add this cards.view page, and I'll put this at decks/deck ID, so it'll show just those decks cards. And then I actually have to decide, do I want to do this? If I'm using Django, I guess I'll be using Postgres though. So I won't nest my cards, although they do have JSON fields that you can use with Django and Postgres now. But I probably won't be nesting my cards in a deck, but I'll have a key to which deck the cards belong to, I guess. So the go-to framework is React, done a bit of Angular. Cool. Yeah. Vue feels very much like React and Angular mixed together. Did some Vue projects 3 years ago. I'm wondering, a lot has changed. A lot of good things have changed. So if you did Vue projects 3 years ago, did they have a really good CLI with all the plugins and stuff? I think they came out with that really, the version 3 or whatever in the end of 2017, wasn't it? I can't remember exactly. But yeah, you should check out the CLI if you haven't looked at it in a while. Dex. Oh yeah, router. That's what I was gonna do. So let me go here, and now I can add a path of /dex/id, and then name will be, keep the same convention, component, and that will be dex. And then here I have to add dex and dex. Okay. Okay. Use Anki. How do you calculate duration between repetition? I've seen several different algorithms for it. What I'm doing is like the most basic one I could find, and that is, let's see, doing it in these buckets. So the buckets are, I have 5 different buckets, and they each correspond to different number of days for studying the card. So the first one is 1 day, 3 days, 7 days, 16 days, and 30 days. And then I might add another one that's like, I don't know, 60 days or 70 days or something. And then I also need to add another one that's immediate. So like 0 days, meaning when someone selects to study again, but I don't have that option yet. So I'm gonna have to make that option at some point. But those, I just kept it basic, like put them in different buckets. And then based off of the bucket it's in, then I calculate the next study. After they study the card, it either stays in the same bucket, goes up or down, and then I calculate the next date that they need to study the card from that, if that makes sense. And you can look at the GitHub repo to see how I'm doing that. Open source Nevin. Yeah, maybe someone in the chat knows about that. It's Mongo Express Vue and Node boilerplate? I don't know. You could use Nuxt. Nuxt is always a good option. Or just the Vue CLI to get you set up out of the box. I don't know any other boilerplates other than using like the Vue CLI or Nuxt or something like that. Okay. Deck title. Okay, so now I should be able to go to the router, which, oh wait, I'm not showing the right page on the router. That's right. So this shouldn't show the Dex component, but this should actually show the cards component because it's the cards associated with the deck. Maybe I should call this deck cards or something. I don't know. So let me /cards. So I don't actually have, oh, wait. Oh, deck. That's right. Man, okay. So let me fix this. This is deck. So this is the page where I view a single deck. That's right. Cards is the study page where I'm actually studying the cards. So maybe if I'm confused, it's not a good naming convention. Alright, let me try this now. Sweet! So I'm at this page now where I can create a card. And now, because I'm at Dex /0, so that's a particular deck that I'm at. So now I should put a title or something here to show that I'm at that deck, and then I can create a new card in that deck. So let me go to the home, not the home page, but this deck page.
And I can create, I don't know, I should use a getter, I think, right, to get a particular deck off of the dex array. Of course, that's like a temporary solution because eventually I'll be pulling it individually from the API, I guess. So, mutations, actions, let me put getters here. So, getters, and I'll put get deck. And here I should be able to, let's say return, I think I can just pass in state. I might have to look this up actually. Let me look at Vuex getters. Using Next in SPA mode. Yeah, it does give you a lot of organization. Hi Alfred, thanks for the follow. You don't have to worry about updating the router. Yeah, Next does do several things under the hood, and it gets rid of a lot of the boilerplate of Vue.js, which is kind of nice. You have to get reused to the structure because it does give you more of a structure to your apps. Let's see, to-dos, here, getter, so state, yeah. So the first parameter it will be state, that's what I thought. So now I get state and I can do state.dex.filter, and let's see, how do I pass in? Will that be the second parameter? No, the second parameter is getters. Oh, that's right. I can pass in an argument basically by currying these functions, I guess. So I'd have to return another function. Let's see. If I want to pass in an ID here, like this state.todos.find. So I get state and getters in the outer function, and then the inner function I can pass in an ID. So I guess that's the easiest shorthand way to write this, is by passing in an ID and then state.dex. Yeah, I don't need filter, I don't want to return an array, so I'll do .find and then pass in the function and return where, let's see, I get deck and then I think I get the index in the loop, right? So because I don't have an actual ID yet, I'll do where I equals the ID that I pass in, so where the index equals the ID I pass in. So, oh yeah, this also is an arrow function. Oh no, because I'm using the function shorthand now, so I can't use that anymore. That's the problem. Okay. Do I usually do front end before back end? It's weird because on my live streams I do, but at work I prefer to do the back end first. Maybe it depends on the project, but I think what happens is at work, well, like different jobs that I work at. Hi Balakava, thanks for the follow. So different jobs that I work at, you know, everything is really well planned out, and we already have mock-ups, and then we have a more defined interface already, requirements, all of those things really well researched and written out. And so I like jumping into the back end first, but on live stream sometimes I'm figuring things out as I go, so I think it's better to have the interface done first if you're still figuring it out, because then you're going to make a lot of mistakes in the API if you don't have the interface and the requirements and
user part all figured out. So yeah, I guess that's my process. Or my order of things. So state dot, let's see, find, yeah, that's right. So I have this should work. Yeah, let me try this. So I have this getter, and I'm gonna map getters into cards because I want to get a specific deck inside of here. And so after state here, I'm gonna do the same thing with map getters. And I can pass this an array with get deck. And oh yeah, I have to import map getters. So map getters. Okay. Good evening, Harry Limit. It's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. How's everything going? Let's see. Let me go into one of these now, and then I'll go into my Vue Dev Tools. And let's see. This shouldn't be the home component. I don't know why it's saying this is the home component. Oh, it's saying it's the card component inside of the home component? Okay. Routing, decks, full path, okay. But it's not showing, let's see. Oh yeah, sorry. This card, that's just, yeah, it's not showing the right thing inside of the Vue Dev Tools. It's showing the wrong component, which is weird. Because this should be the deck component, but instead it's showing the home component. Okay, well, let me try restarting my server here and see if that helps. Oh, Brenny Dougals! Thanks for the raid. How are you? What were you streaming about? Oh, I missed this. Absence of Nunchi. You know, a feature I'd like to see in a space repetition app, the ability for me to write the answer and prompt me if I'm wrong without showing the answer right away. That's interesting. Yeah, because every space repetition app, mem.dev, Anki, all of them show you the answer right away. I guess that would make you research it more, because the kind of the flow of spaced repetition is that if you get it wrong, you can select to add it to your study, add it immediately so you can study it again the same day. Let's see. Why isn't this? Yeah, I have no idea why my Vue Dev Tools aren't working. I'm just going to ignore it for right now and say create card. So now this create card, I need to figure out a way to relate these to the deck, and I think what I'm gonna do, just the easiest thing I can do, is for each card it will have deck ID. Of the deck that it's associated with. And so here, when I create a card, I'm gonna have to get is flipped. Okay, so this takes care. Oh no, not in cards here. I need to go into deck.view. This is confusing because I have so many things called cards, and then I have components called cards too, which are from the library. Is there anything else I can call them? Check vs show button. Vs show check answer show answer. Yeah, that's a good idea actually. You could have those. You were streaming a game. Oh, okay. Cool, thank you. Thanks for rating. Yeah, I haven't played games in so long. I mean, digital games anyway. In so long, because they took up so much of my time when I used to play. But they are a lot of fun. Create card. Okay, so I need the deck information, and that's what I wanted to do with... wait, I think I mixed this all up. Yeah, man. Okay, this is supposed to be in deck here. So I need map getters here, not in my cards page. Oh wait, map getters. Okay. So if anyone has a different name I could call this instead of cards, like flashcard, maybe I should call it flashcard to not get mixed up. Oh, you only have 2 hours a week. It's probably a good relief from coding and kids and life. Let's see. I prefer to stream whenever I'm working on a coding thing that I can stream, so it's not for a client, then I do prefer to stream it too. Okay, so I need to pass in the deck ID, which now I'm getting the get deck here. So get deck should have the deck, the current deck that I'm working on. So I'm actually going to add a life cycle hook here. I can say mounted. So when the component is mounted, I can run this dot get deck, and I can pass in this dot route. Is it route.params.id? I think that's it. And I think that will get me the right ID. Let me log this out too. Console.log. Okay. Do I ever build mobile apps in Vue for my clients? No, not yet. So I've done some prototypes and stuff, but yeah, I really haven't worked on a real mobile client Vue project yet, which is a little disappointing. I would love to be able to do a nice native script app in Vue for a client. There is a project I'm working on with another developer, and we're using native script and Vue for our web stuff. So we've pushed back the launch date a few times, so hopefully in January we'll get that app out so everyone can look at it. Alright, so let me get back to this. This dot route. Okay, let me look at this then and see. Okay, so that's printing out the right route. That's good. It's a very good thing. And now I can do this dot get deck. So I have all the deck information on the page, and then I can also get the ID for the deck. So let me come in here. I'm also going to need to save the deck ID, so I'm going to do that. And let's see, get deck, app getters. Okay, so I have get deck, and now the deck is mapped. Why can't I remember how to do this? So get to do by ID. So, oh, this will get the, okay, so I need to map this to state on the component then. So I need to put a deck object here. Oh wait, this is deck. And then down here, I need to say this dot deck equals the return value of this. I think that's what I need to do.
Hi, Chromosandra. How are you? Yeah, NativeScript is cross-platform. Yeah, so they have, you can write in any flavor of JavaScript in NativeScript. So you can do Angular, Vue, jQuery, whatever you want. But hey, yeah, everything is going really well. If you want to see the repo I'm working on, let me post it in the chat again. It's been a while. So let's see. I'm switching up my job. I start a new job kind of on November 30th. So I'm pretty excited about that. It's going to be more of similar stuff like Django work, different kinds of JavaScript work, stuff like that. Let's see. Okay, now at the top, I should have deck here. So let me see if I can just display, I don't know, some kind of deck. So let me put a class of P column. Let me wrap everything in this class actually. So let me, because I'm just going to be reusing it again anyway. So, okay, so go back here. Oh wait, this is code folded. Forgot about that. This goes there and div. Okay, so that should be good. And then let's see here. I want to, why is this 4 spaces? I need to set up my VS Code for the whole project. So here I'm gonna just put a title. So I'll put each one, and then let me get deck.title. There we go. Alright. And go there. Let's see if that works. Nope. So, let me see if there's an error here. That's fine. Yeah, there's an error. Cannot read property title of undefined. Okay, so deck, so I must be setting it to undefined here. This is a getter, so I'm doing this dot get deck. So you might have a catastrophic error and people will judge you to oblivion. But then you gotta learn to toggle between code and running comments. Yes, I've had trouble with that in the past. Actually on my free code camp streams, when I did like, I don't know, 5 streams on there or something, and I got so nervous I just completely forgot everything, and I got some terrible comments on there, but you know, it's whatever. It's helping me, it's making me better, just from live streaming. It's helping me articulate myself better, and so I'm slowly stopping to care what people say and think. Let's see. You think programmers know what they're doing? Programmers are just constantly figuring out what they're doing. Okay, so why isn't this working? This dot get deck. So let's see. I have the getter, this dot get deck. Getting state, passing in an ID. I am returning when I equals ID. First, let me find out JavaScript find and make sure it gives me the index as the second parameter. So let me look this up first. I really need a shorthand to search MDN. I'm sure DuckDuckGo has one, I just haven't looked for it. Okay, so callback, yeah, index is the second one. Okay, so that should be cannot read property title of undefined. I really wish I had the Vuex dev tools. I wish they were working, but they're not.
So here, I guess the only way to debug this, state.dex.find, and then I'm not using deck, but I am using the index. So I can console.log id and I. Let me just put index. That's better. Index. Okay. And then why is this oh yeah. I need to change this to index. Okay. You can set up a search in Chrome. So if it works in Chrome, maybe I could set it up in Brave too. Okay, so let me refresh this. And 0100. So it should find it at this search then, right? If the ID and the index are related. So let me see. Now if I'm in, oh yeah, let me go in here. So I should be able to console.log this dot deck, since I can't see it in my Vue DevTools. Yeah, it's undefined. I should already know that. So this isn't undefined though. I do have, oh, I'm already logging that. Yeah, so that's already at 0. So I know that's not undefined. So why is this dot get deck? Why is that undefined? Let's see. Yeah, DuckDuckGo has bangs, so I don't know if you use DuckDuckGo, but you can do bang G to search Google, or bang Twitter to search Twitter, and all different kinds of stuff like that. I think it's bang W for Wikipedia maybe, or Wiki or something. Yeah, so I'm sure they have one for MDN because they have hundreds of them. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, I already knew the answer to that. So why? Why is this getting undefined? Let me just start printing these out. So console.log deck and index. Did I already do this? Yeah, I already did this. But computer science bucket, yeah, index 0 and 1. Okay, so I have these. Then it should be truthy here, so I should be getting a true value, and it should be finding the right object. They're both false though. I don't know why they're both false. So I wonder if one of these is a string. I think, yeah, that's it. I know what it is. Yeah, I do need to handle that case if they're empty though. But this is, let me fix this. So const id equals int. Oh wait, what is JavaScript? It's parse int. Parse int. Okay. And that should be base 10 automatically, so then I can pass in the ID here. And so the lambda you're passing into the function is supposed to return true for the searched for item. Yes. It's supposed to return true because that's when, because find wants to, if you return a truthy value, it will find that object. Basically, it will return that object to you wherever this is true. Just a single object. Yes, it works. Sweet. It's working now. And I can see that, yeah, it returns true and then stops. Yeah, I was wondering why it would keep looping if it already found the object it was looking for and searching. So, or just use, yeah, I could, but I'll just leave it like it is. So I can just cast it as an integer. Okay, so that's working now. I have the decks. What else do I want to do with that? Oh yeah, now I have the ID so I can save questions on the deck. So let me see if that works. Let me create, I don't know, let me just call it test question. I can't think of any. Test answer. Oh, it is MDN.js in DuckDuckGo. Cool. Okay, so I added a new card, and now I should be able to see cards. Yeah, test question, test answer, and bucket last reviewed question. So it doesn't, it's not showing the deck though. Let's see. So when I add it, it's not showing the deck ID. So, oh, that's right, because I have to update it in here too. Okay. So, it's not mutate, it's append, it's here in my action. So I have question, answer, and then I also need deck ID. And this will create the new card. So deck ID. There we go. And of course I have no way to delete questions right now. Okay, so I'm at home and go into a deck. Let's see. It's still showing home for some reason. Let me add a card here. So I can do test 2 and answer 2. And now my cards, I have 9 cards, and if I look at the last one, yes, it has deck ID. Sweet. Oh, it's a string though. Well, I guess it's gonna be a UUID eventually, but, or no, maybe not, because I'll use the default Postgres incrementing ID. So let me actually make this an integer as well. So let me do parse int for that for right now. That's good. Okay, so I have that. No TypeScript. No, not right now. Is TypeScript extension for Vue TSV? I never thought about that. That's interesting. What is it? Oh yeah, Seeker. Do you use a different extension? I thought it was just the same extension. You just used TypeScript inside of Vue, but there wasn't a different extension. Is there a different one you can use? I guess for React, it's JSX versus TSX. Okay, so now I have some semblance of decks working. I probably should show, let me add decks here, the term decks. So, decks, or no, this would be just deck. Okay, computer science deck. I can create cards. I should display all the cards somewhere in the deck too, like down here or something. Card, and then what I would do here is filter. So I'd create another getter actually here, and this would get cards for deck, or get cards, cards for a specific deck. And so I'd basically do the same thing here because I need to pass in a deck ID again, but I'm going to filter instead of find, so I get the whole array back. So I can return state.cards.filter, and then I need to pass in a function with card, and let's see, card, and then I'll use index again since I used that terminology earlier. And then I need to return, oh wait, this should be, so card.deckID. Let me put deckID here so it's more obvious. Card.deckID equals deckID. And that will filter out the cards I want. I don't need an index in the filter function, so that's fine. State expected. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm so used to doing that. Okay, so I think this will work. And that should filter just the cards I want for a specific deck. Of course, I have a lot of old cards. Do a lot of big corporations use Vue? Yes, lots of them. So, I mean, Google uses Vue, Facebook uses Vue in their news feed. A lot of companies use it for particular things, certain different kinds of things. You have GitLab using it. I can't remember a whole list right now, but then you have the big Chinese companies. They're all using Vue, like Alibaba and Baidu. They use Vue, so it is used by a lot of large and enterprise companies now. Not as heavily as React, but it's probably about second, tied with Angular right now, as far as enterprises using Vue. Let's see, card. Oh yeah, I need to loop through cards. So I need to use this getter now. 448. This is probably the last thing I'll get to on this string. So I need to map. I'm already mapping getters. That's good. I have the deck getter here. Now I'll say get cards for deck. And so I can do both here. I can do this dot cards, and this will equal, wait, I need to do this dot, and then pass in the ID here. And so cards, right, so I won't have cards anymore there because I'll be getting them off the getter. So I'm going to put an array in my data, so my local variable here. PayPal is using micro front ends to use every single front end lib framework. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure how that works. Are you saying they're just trying out every different lib framework, or they're creating some kind of tool to do it with? Let's see, v4. Let's say card in cards. And actually I do want the index here again. And then I'll do p equals I. And let me steal the templates from here again. And fold the whole thing. Okay, so template, and then actually I don't want create card at all here. I want to just display the question. I think just displaying the question is good enough. Okay. Where was I? Here we go. Alright, so if I do card.question, and then I don't know if I want to display the answer. I'll leave that alone for right now. So let's see. I'm filtering out, so this dot cards should be able to get all of the cards on a deck, but I don't see any yet. So let me see if I'm doing something. Okay, it doesn't look like I have any errors. So let me see. Card.question. So let me just put card here real quick and see if anything displays at all. Okay, doesn't look like it does. So for card and cards, I have cards array. Let me see if I can get this template working. Oh yeah, that's right, because it's looking for I forgot. It's looking for an ID that's not a string, that's a number, and I haven't created any yet. So let me just create any old card here. Yeah, sweet! I have a card down here. Of course, now let me get rid of this. Alright, so I have a what is Python card. Cool. And I guess it will just display each card. So now if I do like what is JavaScript. Awesome. So for some reason it's not updating. I don't know if that's a problem with how my computer or browser is running right now, or with Vuex. Though it shouldn't be a problem with Vuex because that issue that used to cause arrays and things to not update shouldn't be a problem in V3. So I'm wondering if something is going wrong there. But anyway, it's showing my cards here. So now this card link should actually be study. But actually, I want to go into an individual deck maybe and click study or something. And then I also want to have like a study button here so I can just go straight to study. So study. Yeah, study. So I wonder if I should just have the study link there. I think I should. Let me change that. Study and study. Yeah, that will be less confusing. So this component I can rename actually. So I can rename that to study. I keep hitting escape. Study, enter. There we go. And now in my router, I'm going to do study, study, and this one. Study. Okay. So that should work. Cool. So this is kind of studying all the cards. And then I need to add something so you can study just a particular deck if you want. Alright, so there's a lot of work, obviously, that needs to be done. But I'd say I finished that task. Haven't done this yet. Definitely came up with some more tasks that I need to follow. Hi, Uriel. Jay, thanks for the follow. Let's see. I need to be able to study, add functionality to be able to study a single deck at a time. If I can, oh, command enter. Okay, cool. And what else do I need to do on this? I definitely need to fix the interface, obviously, is not great, but also I need to display these cards a little bit better. That would be something not too hard to do. So I'm going to add a note here. So display cards to study, I guess fix display 4 cards to study on deck page. Okay. And then Yeah, another thing is I don't know Prime Vue that well, so I think I just didn't set this up to look that nice yet. It looks okay because it gives me a couple styles, so it's not like unstyled completely, but it's still not great. So I'll have to fix the styling. I guess I should add that as a task, like plan out new styles for app, but that's not my main priority, so I'll drag that to the bottom. Yeah, so what do you guys think? I'm pretty happy with where it is now. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the server and push my code. Go ahead and push it to master. Looks like everything is there. Git commit -m. And I will say, I guess, code from livestream on, is it November? I think it's November 16th. November 17th. November 17th. Alright. So next week is a holiday in the US, but I'll still be streaming at least once that week. I'm not really doing anything else. You know, it's COVID, we're all in lockdown. So, yeah, if you're on lockdown, you can feel free to join me streaming as well. Alright, so I think, make sure this pushed. Yeah, that pushed. So here's the repo again. Git in terminal. What's wrong with Git in terminal? Terminal is awesome. Hi, Mr. Lorraine. Thanks for the follow. So I'll be streaming again Thursday. You can catch my next stream at Thursday. Let's see, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I am